discipline, what do new parents need to know about discipline?
I think the big thing is not to feel guilty about it. I think sometimes we get in this mind trap where we think it's all about punishing our kids and, having to be the heavy, the nasty. It's really about teaching them. And when I think about it as an adult, I sometimes pay people for advice. I've hired a personal coach in the past to provide me with the kind of guidance that parents give us, so we should actually be feeling like we're doing our kids a huge favor. We're teaching them how to be the kind of people that other people want to be around. So that's the first thing to think about.
Yeah, maybe it's coaching.
Coaching
is a key word, isn't it?
It is. It's that kind of relationship where the other person's benefiting from the advice you're giving. So that's a big thing. I also think it's really important to realize that what kids need from us changes a lot over the years. So what a toddler needs from us is very different than what a teenager needs. So have age-appropriate expectations along the way. That's really important.
That's a good tip.
And don't be expecting perfection. Sometimes we get impatient. We're human, right?
Yeah.
And we want them to be able to excel at certain things. We want to sort of, raise the bar for them far higher than what they're capable of. And that just adds to the stress in the family. So I think that's important to know. On the other hand, sometimes it's really tempting for parents to be way too loosey-goosey and, let kids call the shots. And, because kids are adorable, right? We get sucked in by those little baby eyes that just look at you like, oh, I'm so cute, I get to do whatever I want. And we're not doing them any favors, because what happens is they get out of control and they think it's okay to, smack parents in the face and smack their little friends at preschool. And research has actually shown if you have one of those aggressive kids who's kind of out of control, the one who sort of, slam dunks their friend onto the floor and starts throttling them, surprise, surprise, those kids get fewer invitations to play dates. And so then you have a child who is, at 3, banished from all the play dates on the street and not having the same opportunity to practice those friendship skills, which obviously they really need to practice. So you do have to set some rules. You do have to teach your child self-control. And so a lot of people are thinking, okay, well, how do you do this when your child is sort of covering their head and thinking it's a big joke when they're, dive bombing relatives and this kind of thing? Well, the first thing you have to do is differentiate between something that is funny and a joke and you can't laugh and encourage the behavior, and something that is really serious where they're seriously out of control with anger. And teach them what it feels like to be starting to get angry. We all know those sensations. Sometimes as parents we try to repress them where, you're starting to get annoyed with your child and you just ignore the feeling where you're feeling kind of grumpy and, okay, well, I'm just going to finish making dinner while I'm being, annoyed. But you can feel it building up in yourself. You're getting tenser and tenser and you're probably crunching the muscles up in your face. Teach them how to recognize these sensations themselves. And before they get to the feeling where they're going to be so mad, they're going to hit somebody or they're going to pick up something and chuck it across the room, that they do something. They either say, I'm so mad, or they take themselves from the situation and they go and sit on the couch by themselves, or you have another thing they could do. They could maybe grab a piece of modeling clay and they could pound that, or they could draw a picture of how angry they are, or they could put their hands in some soothing water and just do some water play. There are all kinds of amazing things we could do. And I don't know about you, if I was having a really bad day at the office, I'd be tempted to want to get out some modeling clay or do something like that. It certainly beats a lot of the other alternatives. So just help them with these things. Some kids seem to know it intuitively. They can, follow their parents' behavior, figure out what mom and dad are doing, if mom and dad are modeling good anger management skills. And other kids, they just really, really need a lot of coaching.